What's going on, guys? We got another edition of Signature Sundays. I believe this is episode 8, technically, not including the C2E2 special last week. And if you guys hadn't checked it out yet, I put out my C2E2 haul for signatures last Monday. So if you guys hadn't had a chance to check that, please go ahead and do so. But without further ado, you don't want to hear me ramble. You just want to see the books with that signature goodness on there. So we'll get started in a new box. I have Low number 5. This one that's signed by Greg Tocchini. If you guys hadn't read this, this is a very beautiful book. It's amazing. Don't hear too many people talk about it. Awesome Rick Remender action in that. Here's something I could use more of on some of my books. I got a remark on this one. So here's Low number 4. I got it signed by Rick Remender up in the top corner there. And this was C2E2, I think, 2013, I think. Looks like, according to the date that Rick Remender put on there. And I got this awesome remark by Greg Tocchini. He just started working on it when I gave him the book. I didn't even ask for it or anything. So, thought that was super nice of him. So, awesome artist, once again. If you guys hadn't checked out Low, I recommend it. Got issue 3 signed by Greg Tocchini as well. And, of course, I got to have issue number 2, which I think is probably the nicest cover of the whole bunch. And it's signed right there in the blue. And then the last one, of course, issue number 1. Got it signed by Rick Remender right there. Yep, and then Greg Tocchini did another remark for me. So I think he was just happy someone brought up, like, the whole first arc. So he actually was nice enough to do 2 remarks. And I didn't even ask for 1 remark, so this guy is absolutely amazing. I don't see him make it to the States too much, but if he does go to a con near you, definitely check him out. Here is the Magdalena number 1. It's a C2E2 exclusive. It's from the original, like one of the original C2E2s. Might be from 2010 or 2011 if I remember right, because they got the different logo on there. But this one's signed by Ron Marz and Nelson Blake II. So got this one double signed by him. I remember the Witchblade and Darkness stuff was really good in the beginning of the 20-aughts. Next up, we got Marvel Knights number 1. And this one is actually signed right over Black Widow by Joe Quesada. So got him to sign that for me. And if you guys like Arthur Sodam and Marvel Zombies, get comfortable. So for some reason, I like to put all of my horror stuff in the same spot, my Sodam covers, so they get a little bit out of alphabetical order here for a minute, but still I like to keep them all together for whatever reason. Here's Marvel Zombies number 1, first print, cover A, signed by Arthur Sodam and cool blue at the bottom. Same thing for issue number 2, right there. Gotta love that cover. Here's issue number 3, signed it at the bottom in blue, cool cover swipe of Hulk 340. Number 4 is the cover swipe of X-Men number 1. Once again, signed at the bottom in blue next to Iceman. So, thought that was cool. And then number 5, signed at the bottom by Arthur Sodam. So, gotta love that. And then, of course, if you have Marvel Zombies 1, you gotta have Marvel Zombies 2, right? So, got Marvel Zombies 2. Cover swipe of the Civil War cover by Turner. This one's actually double signed. It's in cool zombie green at the bottom, signed by Arthur Sodam. But above him, I actually got this signed by Robert Kirkman. So, don't have too many Robert Kirkman signed books, except for this stack right here, as you're about to see. So I got issue 2 as well, signed by Robert Kirkman, Arthur Sodam in green at the bottom. And this was that, I think I discussed it previously on this run of shows where I met Robert Kirkman. I was wearing my Marvel Zombie shirt, and he took a picture of it to send it to Sean Phillips because he didn't know if it was official Marvel merchandise or not. So he checked the tag to make sure it was, and it was. So, yeah, it was just a pretty funny story. So I got that one double signed by them as well. And then one of my favorite Sodam covers, issue number 4, Steranko cover swipe from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 4. He signed it right across the middle there in green, Kirkman at the bottom. And then I got Marvel Zombies 2, number 5, double signed by Kirkman by Thor's Leg, and right in the middle by Arthur Sodam. So, and this one was pretty much the conclusion of the Marvel Zombies by Robert Kirkman, I believe. This is Marvel Zombies Dead Days, so I had to get this signed by Arthur Sodam as well. And this one's actually pretty nice. I won't take it out now, but it's the full Jim Lee wraparound cover swipe of X-Men #1 from, you know, the 90s. So, love that one. And to cap off all these wonderful Marvel Zombies, you got to have Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness, right? So that was kind of like, in my opinion, this was like the real Marvel Zombies 3, just because I think this was right after 2. So I got Marvel Zombies signed by Sodam, and at the bottom by John Layman there, who actually wrote this instead of Kirkman, which it's still quality stuff if you guys like the Marvel Zombies line. Love this Jim Lee cover swipe, signed by Arthur Sodam. Issue number 3. And actually, they reprinted these covers in an Arthur Sodam Marvel Zombies hardcover. But these, when they did the reprint, they actually had to take out Ash. So Ash right there, he wouldn't be in this cover if it was in that reprint. So kind of an interesting little factoid, I guess. And then the last one, issue number 5, signed by Arthur Sodam. And to cap off Marvel Zombies, I have Marvel Zombies Return. I didn't read most of this series. I think I only have issues 1 and 5 for whatever reason. It's probably just because I wasn't into it, because I was kind of burnt out on the whole Marvel Zombies thing. As you can see, there's a bunch of them at that point. But I got issue 1 signed by Fred Van Lint. And then issue 5 as well, who is the writer on this run. So happy to have those. Going back to Sodam, because like I said, I got to put all my horror stuff together. And for some reason, once I started rebagging on my Arthur Sodam stuff, I found books I kind of forgot I had and where they were at in my bin. So I got Raise the Dead issue 2, signed by Arthur Sodam right there. So cool Dynamite Entertainment cover he did. He didn't do a lot of those, I don't think. Maybe he did, I don't know. And then for some reason I had a Wolverine Origins stored away with all these, signed by Sodam right in the middle there. And I think, was this the first Wolverine Son or something like that? I can't remember. I haven't read it since it came out. So, like I said, we got some more horror books. All these are signed by Brian Pulido, who was working with Avatar Press at the time, and they had the New Line Cinema horror license. So at the bottom there, got Brian Pulido's signature on Friday the 13th, number 1. Number 2, and I was asking him about these, and he was just like, yeah, this was a blast to work on, because obviously Pulido, he loves them some good horror movies and stuff, as you could probably guess, since he created Lady Death and basically Evil Ernie. So then there's number 3 signed at the bottom again, and then you can't have Jason without Freddy. So there's Nightmare on Elm Street number 1 signed at the bottom there. Got number 2 as well signed at the bottom. And then to conclude that, we've got number 3, which is probably the most hilarious cover of the bunch, because he's just hanging out at this sleepover like he's just chilling. So it's probably my favorite cover they did of these comic books for Avatar. Next up, we got Miss Marvel. It's a variant cover. I think it's volume 2, issue 14. This is a Jenny Frison variant. So she signed at the bottom corner there opposite the UPC code. So I had to at least get one Jenny Frison in there. And then I've got some more Miss Marvels from the volume 1 of the Kamala Khan run. This time they're signed by Jamie McKelvey. And he was actually nice enough to personalize them, so there you go. I think this is my favorite cover of his, just because you got the annoyed Wolverine selfie that she took. So, and this was right before DC did their selfie variant, so I think they kind of stole it from that. There, once again, we got McKelvey signed and personalized on issue 3, and then issue number 2. So, absolutely love that run. Next up, last one of the box. Luckily, they're not all that big today. We got Nemesis. This time it's the Leinil Francis Yu variant. This one's signed by Steve McNiven. And then Leinil Yu signed it right on the logo right up there. So got this one double signed. So that concludes that box. But luckily, the next one had a whole bunch of New Mutants in it. So I only have one New Mutant signed comic, because I'm not going to pay the $80 signatures for the first appearances. So this box will be short and sweet. We got Mystery in Space, number 1. This one's signed by Jim Starlin in black next to the number 1. And we got a Shane Davis signature on there. Going back to New Mutants, like I said, I've only got one signed New Mutants, and it's this one right here. Got this one signed by Bob McLeod. I think it was at Derby City Comic Con. I don't think that exists anymore, but it was the last Derby City Comic Con in 2017, I think. Right next to Professor Xavier's head, signed by Bob McLeod right there. Actually got a Beast sketch from him at the same time, so figure I get one signature from him, pay him for it, and sweeten the pot a little bit. And I got a great sketch from him on that one. So I got Nightwing Annual #1, signed by Kyle Higgins. So if you guys like Nightwing, in my opinion, it's a very underrated run. Issue 18, post-death of Damian Wayne, signed on the corner there next to Nightwing. There's 17, signed by Kyle Higgins, as well as #8. And then, of course, on Kyle Higgins and Nightwing, I had to get issues 0 and 1. So there's issue 0 signed at the bottom. And then issue #1, signed at the bottom by Kyle Higgins. And then the last ones in that box, I've got NYX #1, signed by Joe Quesada right there. And then NYX #2, once again, signed by Joe Quesada right over the hand there. So, wonder where number 3 could be. Anyway, last box. Got some Azaceta signatures on my Outcast. So I got issue number, we'll just start with 6. So Paul Azaceta signed right there on 6. #5. I think I met him. It was a C2E2, I know. I can't remember what year, but he was a really nice guy. I actually bought his sketchbook, and he was just happy that someone purchased something off his table instead of getting Outcast signed. So he was super cool. He was really nice to talk to. And there's issue #2. And then, of course, I had to get issue #1 signed by him right there near the bottom corner. I actually got this next one from Midtown Comics. Unfortunately, I've never met Brian K. Vaughan, but he is one of my all-time favorite writers. So when Midtown was selling this book at cover price, quadruple signed, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get one of those shipped to me. So I got Paper Girls #1. This one's signed by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chang, Matt Wilson, and Jared Fletcher. So pretty much like the whole entire Paper Girls team signed this. And I got this for cover. And actually, knowing Midtown, they throw in the COAs, so that's awfully nice of them to have. Next up, I got Punisher #1. I actually think I won this off the Amazing Murphinator in an auction a long time ago. But got Punisher #1. It's signed by Mike Zeck and John Beatty. Awesome cover. Love this run. Not, like I said, I've never been a big Punisher guy, but this miniseries, the art is so good in it. So happy to have that. I think I actually got this book in the same lot. I got Punisher War Journal #1. Got it signed by Carl Potts. I think it was Indiana Comic Con last year, if I remember right. So I got him to sign this #1. And just because I like the cover, I got him to sign my issue #13. It's a Jim Lee cover. So I decided to get it signed by Carl Potts last year. Got an Ariel Olivetti signed Punisher War Journal #7 from around the post-Civil War time there. Signed it right up there. Just about finished up. We got Red Sonja #1. This is a Tool Lotte variant cover, and right under the sword there, I got Tool Lotte's signature. That was last year at C2E2 in 2018. And then the last book of the day, we got Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark. They got mixed up. We got this one signed by Jason Howard and Ryan Otley. So Jason Howard signed on his side because I think he was the one who came up with the Grizzly Bear, and then Ryan Otley came up with the Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark. See, I got them mixed up. So anyway, we got this double sign by both creators. Absolutely hilarious book. I think they actually made more of these after, because this is supposed to just be a one-shot where these two were, you know, it's kind of like Robert Kirkman's two image artists just having fun, so they decided just to team up on something themselves, and it was a really funny book. So other than that, let's go over some totals for the day and see what we came up with. So today's totals, we got 61 books and 77 signatures, so not too bad considering I had one box that only had like 10 books in it. That box 22, that was that first one. That had 38 books and 48 signatures alone, so that definitely helped today's totals. The overall, though, which is the number we're most interested in, we're up to 585 books and 763 signatures. So there you go. Thanks, guys, once again for joining me on another one of these Signature Sundays. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.